Welcome to another special episode of The Diplomats covering season 5 of the Nexus final. The most analyzed game in the history of diplomacy continues, and I think ends appropriately, with LadyRazor's interview today. You're knowing LadyRazor is really not a lady. If you would listen to our other interview, is really an English person named Matt Pickard out of England.
I'm not just the publicist.
You're correct. It's not. You're not just a publicist. So as always, actually, and even more appropriate, our podcast is brought to you by diplomacybriefing.com, of which Matt Pickard is an editor, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. Yeah, I've just finished my little run of a month's work. So, you know, if you couldn't be bothered to read the last month, you're probably not missing too much because I did them.
Well, I've started to read them now more closely. So
I think they are worth a read, and like it's in the title, they are fairly brief, which is quite nice. You know, it's not too much of a time investment, and they're quite
correct. And it costs people absolutely no money to sign up. Just go to diplomacybriefing.com.
That's true.
Oh, okay,
although
Matt.
Donations are greatly received. So.
Matt, LadyRazor, the dope heads couldn't make it today for our interview, and I appreciate you coming here late at night. But Audacious Hand wanted me to make sure that you read this. Thank you, LadyRazor, for your illuminating illustrations, which appeared over this game like the harsh light of truth and the sudden spotlight, which reveals humiliated souls to the instant mockery and jeers and spittle of the masses. I salute you and hope to be worthy of your masterpieces should I have the will to play again. Also, we all apologize for Ed's somewhat lackadaisical interpretations. So we got that. And Superstition said, thank you for bringing depth, glamour, and propaganda to an otherwise boring game of nerds with narcissistic complexes. How true.
That's it, yeah. Well, you're all very welcome. I enjoy doing it. You know, it's quite nice, really. And yeah, my own interpretations might be right or wrong, but I can hide behind that I've done a drawing, so you can't be mean to me.
Why on earth do you do this? It is not for the money.
No. No, I don't earn a lot from this, but no, I just enjoy it. I've always drawn, and I've always liked drawing sort of this kind of period of military things. So, you know, drawing uniforms, making jokes about it. It's quite good fun, really.
Well, I view you as totally a right-brained person, where I'm sort of, or whatever the one that's creative, that part of the brain you are. I'm the other kind of brain. So I have a hard time wrapping my head around, all of this, and I envy your creativeness and your puns. Unbelievable, where you get the puns.
It's always been nice hearing what you think of my drawings, because it is kind of having a different set of eyes on it completely. I'm like, oh, really? I didn't know it would come across like that.
Well, let's catch the folks up on what you've been doing other than the Nexus finals, because we're going to get into all that. But you've given us, I think these are all on the briefing, these three we're going to watch. Kalheimer's coloring. You spelled coloring wrong, but, you're English. So,
this is in honor of his birthday, which is in December. And yeah, I mean, it's only been a few years since he passed. But I was just quite pleased to just do a little, tribute picture to put in the briefing. I thought it was quite nice.
If you don't do it, I will send it to his family. I believe, he has relatives still around. I think they would probably appreciate this.
Am I right that you own something of his? Is that right?
I do. I own an appreciation, a 20th anniversary appreciation certificate he got working for the U.S. Postal Service, because he earned no money out of diplomacy.
Yeah.
I have a, it's not a book, but it's longer than an article. Basically, his musings on chess and moves in chess games that he authored. As well as some various and sundry things that I picked up off of eBay from his estate, which I don't know why I purchased them, but I appreciate the man.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's special things to have.
It is, and if I ever do get a hold of this family, I'd be happy to give them back. I'm sad that they just sold everything uh, after his passing, but uh, it is what it is. Okay. Now I like this because Umble barely ever wins, despite his authoritative nature. But he did win the Cold War tournament, the variant of diplomacy, and you gave him a little credit here.
I did, yeah. He was desperate for it.
He was desperate.
Please
He
draw
craves
something.
recognition.
Yeah. No, I think it was good. Good to see him win something.
It is actually. He should win more, but he can't win more if he doesn't play more.
No, that's the thing, isn't it? There you go. Maybe we'll get him in season 6. Although he is competing in the World Cup at the moment.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
So whereas I'm competing in it.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, there's only so much diplomacy now. That's the great thing about the hobby is there's games every day. There's always something going on.
Yeah, I can't really commit to more than one game at once. I can't think about that many things. I don't think. So yeah, going to the World Cup's the first time I've done something outside of Nexus. So there you go. That's my little bit of adventurousness.
All right, we've got the Speedboat Issue, which I think was about the Nexus Speedboat finals here, and I think you may have hurt me a little bit. I'm Austria. You're showing how Italy just rolled over.
So I drew this for the announcement of Nexus holding the speedboat. So there is nothing personal, but
But it ended up happening. That is Italy, right? I'm not.
That's right. Italy's in the boat. Yeah.
And Italy won.
He did, and nearly soloed. I think I remember.
Correct. Yes.
Right? Yeah.
He did. Thanks to me, by the way.
Well, there you go. Well done.
So yeah, I almost got him that solo. All right, season 5 finals. You did artwork previously, and of course, last year we did an interview over season 4. But I think it's fair to say you did a lot more artwork this year.
Yeah, I think I don't know how it compares and how much actually like my output was, but I felt like I had less time this time round. Like there was quite a lot towards the end of the game that I would have liked to, have my say on. That I didn't get around to it basically. But no, I think I did all right.
I think you did great. Actually, I think your artwork reflected the actual game, which is everybody was interested in the East and no one really cared when Germany ended up winning. And
it was kind of like a foregone conclusion, I think, in the West. But the game itself was really, really interesting, even if just for the fact that Germany somehow didn't get ganged up on when it seemed so obvious that it had to be coming. But I think it's just one of those things where no one wants to be the first one to put their head above the parapet.
Yeah, Germany just benefited. He said it himself from the fact that everybody hated their own enemies way more than they hated him, which is a good place to be in.
And there's such a thing about
these are like what track stars getting ready for the Paris method before powers are selected.
That's right. Yeah. So obviously France, is I think the go-to, which in this game it was as well, wasn't it? He went first.
And I'm taking it you don't like Turkey very much.
Tech's right. He's in the starter's position there. But I've got Italy and Austria. They're the last ones to get picked for the team, kind of thing. Which is just like a diplomacy in joke, isn't it?
Of course, of course. And then okay. Well, I like this. And then you got going when we had. I'll just flip through to Doc's Holiday, which of course is a shootout at the OK Corral, and Doc Holiday, and making it a pun on Doc Binder being France.
That's it. Yeah, this is just like he supported himself into Burgundy, which I don't know. It always just seems a little bit like, I know he said he wants to have a say in Belgium, which is fair enough, but you are kind of it just seems a little bit forceful. But there we go.
Loved it, and you must love the fact that nobody critiques you. Everyone in diplomacy is a critic of everybody else, yet everybody universally loves your work.
I get away with it. I'm just untouchable somehow. Yeah.
I'm not.
It's not the same if you like in the games I've been in, in this last season, there's nothing. I'm a different person then. I'm not the illustrator. I'm a player, and I'm as heartless as everyone else.
Do you use your puns to advantage?
I mean, I'm not quite entirely sure how I come across so far. Like, I'm still quite a new player. Or at least that's my defense. So yeah, I'd be interested to have any feedback from people that have played me about how I come across, because I feel like I come on too strong. Because the last few games I've played, it's kind of been early doors finish.
You and me both. I was very disappointed that Ewok, Village Idiot, Greg, Chris, whatever his name is, said I was not funnier than Konk. I think I am the funniest writer in diplomacy in a press game, but
I mean, the hurt was visible. We could all see it.
That's right.
And yeah, no one would throw you that little bone, would they?
Village Idiot won't throw me anything except shade. Okay, so I like this one. It was a great initial part of the game. We've got Russia and Turkey, BFFs making turkey paste. I loved it. BFFs, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I really thought that Konk and Ewok, Village Idiot, were going to surprise everyone by working together, because I always like to, kind of promote doing the thing that is going to surprise people, because that gives you an advantage in itself. But it just, they just couldn't get past whatever their egos. I don't know. They couldn't make it work.
They played the stereotype. Everyone sort of predicted they probably wouldn't get along, and they didn't get along. I mean,
they gave me plenty to draw.
Pardon?
They gave me plenty of things to draw.
Oh my God. I mean, this whole season is like your magnus opus. You will never get better than the drawings. I mean, just fantastic. No offense. I think you've jumped the shark.
Yeah, I think, and this final really lent itself to it. It was, it was really easy to pick up on stuff. I think there was too much for me to draw all of it.
How long does something like this take you?
It depends, really. Like this one, it's probably like, I don't know, 20-minute doodle, really. But like last season, I did like Turkey driving the steamroller, and that's like an evening. I'll sit down and do that sort of thing. But no, I do tend to try and draw quickly, really.
I know you have children. Do you draw pictures of your children, give it to them, and they must love it if you do that?
Yeah, we all like, they really like drawing as well, which is really nice. They're into drawing like pirates and Lego and monsters and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's really nice. Like they're all really into it.
Is your spouse a drawer as well?
Yeah, she's very artistic too. She wouldn't say she is, but she definitely is. And so yeah, it all filters down.
We have nothing like that in my family. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't monetized any of it, so there you go.
Well, see, that's the thing. You probably don't think about things like that. That's all I'm thinking about. Although I've yet to monetize this, I don't know why I do it, other than a distraction from the real world.
That's true. It's to give me something to watch as your, one of your few viewers.
Oh, come on, man. We've got at least 8 or 9. I mean, hardcore viewers. The Lepanto No commentary on Austria's stab early of Italy, along with Konk.
Yeah, it was so mean, wasn't it? It's like you just want something to work when you're Italy. You're like, please, someone let me, have Greece, or let my convoy survive, please.
And the little fleet, it's great. I love it. Okay, I didn't think it was going to get better than this one, but it does. Warsaw saw war from a distance. First of all, I love the pun. I mean, how the puns, do they just come to you, or do you actually have to give them thought?
Yeah, I usually just think about it while I'm drawing. They just seem really stupid to me. I'm glad you appreciate them.
Oh my God, they're fantastic. I don't get all of them. I'm going to ask you about a couple. But
I feel like this picture, I could have posted this one on like every other turn about what Russia was doing.
well, no kidding, right? I
Just a
mean,
whole lot of nothing.
all right, so it's about Village Idiot. First of all, I love the little detail, right? You've got you don't have the mileage markers, but you do have the names, the Russian spelling of the names of the various territories. That was
Or
fantastic.
Polish, in fact.
Oh, because he's in. Oh, see, look, this is why you need to keep correcting me. It's better. And then, of course, he's got the sign of VI hanging around himself, sinking under the own weight of his reputation. Is that what I'm supposed to take from it?
He's just like he's called Village Idiot, and I don't know. I'm just being. It was really easy to play on that, but if you're going to do something stupid, then you're going to get called out on you. Set yourself up for it.
All right, about to get a spanking took us, which references England and Germany's ganging up on Doc.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how you have England a little bigger. At the time, you thought England was going to get the most out of the relationship.
Yeah, I watched the it must have been the Paris Method selection interview that they all did together.
Right.
And so I had like these tiny little pictures on my screen to try and capture their image from. I think I did all right with it.
You did, because
I resemble the players themselves.
I didn't realize it until the interviews. But then Marianne looks like Marianne Kudasov and Doc, of course. So I thought you did well. I have to ask you something. I'm so dumb. I know that's Germany and I know it's Kudasov, but like, this doesn't look militaristic to me in any way. I mean, what is I see the Knight's Cross, but and the brass knuckles, but the uniform.
He's just in like a big greatcoat, I suppose. It seems kind of German to me. Wearing a bigger overcoat. You got your jack boots on, but you can't see those. And I mean, they're just like a pair of thugs, really, though, rather than something military, aren't they? Just going to come beat up this poor old world champion.
Yeah, poor old world champion. Okay, so we had all these Konk. Konk freaked out, and
I loved all of this. It was so good. I would have been happy if that had continued the entire game. Just everyone chipping in on this out of game chat. It was, I don't know, it was dramatic. It was fun. Yeah, it was good. I don't think Konk likes it when you kind of don't take it seriously, though. I get that impression.
He's in the pram. The toys are thrown. That's fantastic. And 10,000 words why I'm throwing my toys out of the pram. Blah, 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 blah. And the red face and the cloud of smoke. And I mean, it's just fantastic. I mean, I know that like I'm just going to say this every time, but did this just come to you like a moment of inspiration, or do you have to think about this? Or
no, I guess I just think of something spiteful to draw about different people. Yeah, I mean they're all made in good humor, so I do hope
everyone takes them that way.
We're all diplomacy players, so I think you've got to have a thick skin, haven't you?
Everyone takes them, and that's frankly what he wanted. He wanted attention. He got attention. Who's the cat?
That's Benny. He's sitting on the mouse as well.
Good English name. I like this one because I feel like I inspired him breaking the fourth wall, the Salty Sultan.
Yeah, I mean, this is one that I just knocked out in like 10 minutes. Because it's basically all he was doing, wasn't it? He was not getting the response he wanted, I think. Which is a shame, and I really hope he's not put off doing it again, because it was all I wanted to see. Just the histrionics, the drama.
This is genius. Okay. First of all, I'm a huge Roman Holiday fan, so I loved it. Okay, I'm into nostalgia. I love movie posters. The infamous reverse Lepanto, gregarious Konk, of course, Gregory Peck in the movie. Eustaquio Hepburn with Katharine Hepburn and poser Tom in Neapolitan Holiday, and we see little Tom just as roadkill.
Yeah.
With Konk with Turkey and Austria riding off in the little
The little moped.
the moped, the Scuderia, or whatever, by the Coliseum. It's just, I mean, do you like film? I mean, you had to know something about film to know this poster.
Yeah, I mean, I've not actually seen this film, but I'm quite good at blagging things. Diplomacy player. Make it sound like you know what you're talking about.
And again, you
So,
got the facial. I mean, the of all three of Italy, Austria, and Turkey, you got their likenesses down.
yeah, I was very pleased with this one. I thought it was quite good. I kind of considered doing a series of like film posters. Yeah, I didn't get around to it. I was going to do like the Hateful Eight, but something to do with 7 players maybe, but it never happened. Maybe next season.
7 Samurai.
Yeah.
Uh,
Magnificent 7.
Correct, which is a the American knockoff of the
It's
7
the
Samurai.
same thing, isn't it? Yeah.
We're good at that. So are the Brits.
But the reverse Lepanto is something I've brought up in my games before. I can't remember who it was I was playing against, and it might have been the game I was in with Tom, but I can't remember. But yeah, I said, I think they're going to try a reverse Lepanto or something, where like Turkey comes onto Italy's land or whatever.
It's just fantastic. This one, the best part about it is the pun. No offense, the art's fine. But your Russian bud's a pest because they were buddies. Russia goes into Budapest. Austria's looking, I mean, it's just, I mean, I could never do this.
No, but maybe I'll never get into a final. So, swings and roundabouts, isn't it? You'll have to illustrate. If I get into the final, you'll have to illustrate because I won't be able to draw myself. Will I?
I know. There's some proposal about paying money to get through qualification for the next season or something, and I was like, how much to make it in the final so I don't have to comment? I would put more time on commentary than I do in the game. More, and this isn't the last, but I think Russia and Turkey gave you the most.
I think, yeah, and considering Russia probably did the least, I mean, maybe that's unfair, but we kind of all had that impression, didn't we, that it was a very static game from Russia. Yeah, it was a little bit disappointing because I was just like, we were waiting, like, yeah, here it comes. He's going to show us what for now.
He goes back. He made, yeah. No, I mean,
didn't materialize. He couldn't capitalize on anything, or I don't know if it was he just couldn't stick to a decision. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, when I saw this, I chatted with Ewok about it, and he sort of perfunctorily responded, "Well, strategy can only be evaluated at the end, not during the game."
So, which is true.
Yeah, his one center.
And now we can evaluate it as much as we like.
We can evaluate his one center 6th place. But I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not here to be like a commentator or an analyst, just to like, add a little bit of color. That's all.
This was your best. This was the best. I even think Ewok said it was the best. So there's so many little things here, right? First of all, that Ewok being from Return of the Jedi, you've got Return of the Idiot.
Mm.
You've got the bottle of the Ewok shampoo for maximum hold, and add a Black Sea bounce. I mean, like, that's fantastic with a little Ewok.
I mean, it does what it says in the tin. So
6 out of 6 idiots prefer it. So you've got Ewok and Village Idiot there, and in warning, may purposely slow growth. It's just, how long does this take you? This one.
This one is like really was just like a doodle, and like sometimes you just get on a roll and these stupid ideas come to you, and this is the result of it. So.
Do you have it planned out before you do it, or do you go through drafts and come up with more things?
So if it's going to be like a more in-depth one, I'll do like a pencil sketch first, and then go over it with pen. But that, I mean, that's about it. And I've got like the coloring skills of a child. Like the drawings might be fine, but it's all just like scribbled on with pencils. But yeah, I usually draw with a fountain pen. You know, a writing.
I know what a
ink.
fountain pen is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Do you
went
have
to
those over there?
we don't. Well, we do, but no one uses them. I use a fountain pen because I went to an English school for 4 years in the Middle East,
All right. I
and
think you
so
told me that before. Yeah.
yeah, they made you learn how to use a fountain pen. It's very critical to English education that you properly know how to use a fountain pen, which I do.
Uh,
Uh, and then macrame and all these little arts and crafts things I remember as well. So that was fantastic. But this is great, and also you like beyond the illustrations, the shampoo. I mean, this is a known trait of yours. You like to do like old adverts and things like that.
yeah. So Imperial Russia is Imperial Leather, which is a brand of soap and all that. But yeah, I mean, then you can just Google an image, can't you, and kind of copy it. So maybe it's just cheating.
Yeah, but I won't say if you do that or not.
I mean, quite often I like to tie them in because the game is set in 1900, so I quite like to tie them into being of that period, which was my problem with this one you've just put up now because I was like, well, the Beatles are 60s, aren't they? But I was like, no one's going to notice. It'll be fine.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter because I'm not understanding hardly any of this one. You're going to have to explain it. I understand the fifth Beatle. Okay, I get Pete Best or Stuart Sutcliffe, and I'm a Beatles fan. I don't understand. I don't speak French. I don't understand the Pierre reference. Walk me through what you're doing here.
This is just because Doc Binder ended up in Liverpool in one turn. That's all it is. The Beatles are from Liverpool. I like the Beatles. That's about it. They've got that really stereotypical French man in the middle.
Okay, I get it now. And the title?
The title is my best Google Translate estimation of Strawberry Fields Forever.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Of course, I like this one for a couple of reasons. One is I like the name roaming around, but Austin, Texas, of course, is the at least we think Austin here coined the phrase "keep Austin weird." So you've got to keep Italy weird. What do you call that? A sash?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I only know that from watching Portlandia. Yeah, and keep Portland weird. And Tom is from Portland. I didn't know there was more than one weird city.
I'm going to say Portland stole it from Austin, but I don't know. But I like that with the little order of.
Yeah, cause it was only because you guys commented that it was like really strange that he moved to Rome.
Right.
Quite often these drawings are just off the back of your commentaries. Like they're not my own interpretations necessarily.
Parting gift, that was great too, where Doc got the last word.
And yet it didn't happen. There's more like a comment on, you try and supercharge someone else so that they become a target, and Kutuzov never really became a target at all throughout the entire game.
Correct, because I mean, the real parting gift that Doc made was to Italy by not letting him take Paris.
Yeah.
This one was loved by Audacious Hand and Superstition. The Dogs of War, of course, a play on Hand's theory about Austria having good dogs and bad dogs.
Yeah. So I drew some dogs. It was quite nice. There you go. No one commented on the little poo bag. I was disappointed.
I just saw it now. See, and did you see Superstition like that? You had the dogs related to the countries.
Yeah, I thought it was really good that you recognised it because I did, design them to be like that. You've got the Turkish breed, a Russian breed, and an Italian breed.
I would have never known until Superstition did that. That was fantastic.
And I don't want to point it out myself because it's not classy, is it? Oh, what do you think of this one?
I don't know if you heard the Konk interview, but I told him that this should go on his epitaph, and that he needed to print this out for his wife. He hadn't shown his wife yet. I was like, if I had this, I would show my wife.
I was really pleased with this one, and he did ask for it, and he was very glowing about it, and I'm very grateful to have my ego stroked.
Okay, so let me ask you this: you draw these, and then you take a high res photo. How do you get them digitized?
We just I've got a scanner, just scan them in, and I don't know, crop them usually, and that's about it.
So you've got the battleships coming. We've got the Italy, Austria, Russia. What's the one in the back? What's the one in the background? I can't.
I think that they're all just supposed to be from those three powers, and it's just, you know, some like great big armada coming after him, because that's what it was like.
There are so many little things to this. So if I miss some of these, I mean, first of all, the battle scars of Konk, standing in the wind as the island, the waves are coming, and it's getting that's fantastic.
And he's all like muscle bound and heroic.
Yeah,
which I'm sure is true to life.
The shovel digging his own grave. Yeah. I love that, with the little fez.
That's right.
Konk, turkey. Make sure everyone knows I was the people's choice.
Yeah.
The memoirs of the curse of Konk.
Which is obviously like an enormous, you know, 1,000,000-word document. Yeah.
It could.
This is all just me building on. I just get ammunition basically from all the commentaries, and like from last season, he's just got that reputation now of sending too long messages, which, I mean, to be fair, is something I think I do as well, and I don't even have the results to show for it either.
No, nobody has longer press than Konk. Nobody. And the other thing is, it's sort of, well, you're too young, but in the early days of email, everyone sort of wanted to have the last word. Thank you. You're welcome. No, thank you. No, you're welcome. It would go back and forth. Konk and I were both lawyers. We like getting in the last word. And this is one guy I could not beat. He's always going to have the last word.
And you have a very wordy press style anyway.
I do. I'm very wordy. But I'd like to think not as wordy as Konk. But also, he's more, I'm dirtier. Like, I'll use that as a kind of a disarming humor mechanism, but Konk is, he always keeps it above board.
Like a filthy limerick.
For the forced retirement of Doc, with the, you know, with Italy and England, with the nails on the.
Yeah, this felt so cruel to draw, because he looks so like, oh, thank you for looking after me, like coming to my rescue against nasty Germany or whatever, and yeah, they're just gonna like bash him over the head, finish him off.
Correct. And I'm afraid this idiot is quite delusional, and it's another. You got the, you know, you got Ewok and looking at his watch, which is fantastic, you know. And
yeah, so he changed to Ewok to disguise himself. So I think this is just me wondering how much of Ewok is a different play style than Village Idiot, because we were all waiting, you know, for the fireworks, I think.
What's in the box?
So the Ewok is here waiting to release, you know, Village Idiot, the original, to really turn the game around. And he's just checking his watch, and I guess, you know, the time never came.
In the end, he was Ewok.
That's it. He's been taken over by Ewok now.
The Reanimator, bringing Konk back to life. The inspiration for this, of course, he's reading the spell of the Curse of Konk.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just like a necromancer, bringing the dead back to life. Because I think Konk had quite a lot of chances, didn't he, where he was gonna pass over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And yet, what a comeback at the end.
What a comeback! What a comeback! All right, look. I don't have a Fu Manchu. That's number one. You barely gave me, the bottom.
Uh
What I took real offense at was the hair. It's not. I
huh.
have a little more hair than this.
That's fine. I mean, look, mine's going back now, so don't worry about it.
I do like the cigar getting bigger.
Yeah, I drew it, and like I just like this. This one didn't take long to do. I was just quite pleased to do it. But I feel like maybe I should have done just you getting more and more concealed by a smoke cloud.
Yeah, no,
You
it's
do
fine.
have a habit of like blowing it right into the camera.
You've got superstition there with the flat bill, which is hilarious, and the tattoo, and probably a little more weight than he has, and then hand with the Well, I'm looking at the clothing now.
Yeah,
Hand
well,
is
that's it. The joke is that both of them they just turned up in like various. They just started out in like their vests and things, didn't they? So they're just getting progressively more revealing and skimpy. And yeah, apologies to Superstition because I don't think he is, rotund at all, but he does look
no,
like
no apologies to me.
that.
Wow,
I mean, you're smoking the cigar right now, so what do you want me to say?
the hair. All right.
That's fine. I sent you a picture this evening, didn't I? And I think the hair issue has been covered up like a toupee.
Thanks. Much appreciated. Uh, and of course, you kind of went AWOL for a little bit, like everybody did, although we were forced to comment because Pez makes us do it. But the Kutuzov commemorative stamp, a lot of you probably say this took you just a few minutes, but there's a lot of nice little detail here, and you gave him his due.
Yeah, I did spend a little extra time just to make it, make him look fancy, regal. And yeah, this one will go alongside because I did one last season for Pez. Which I regret doing because he soloed on me this season. So
You didn't care.
if only I could take it back.
Well, you can. I'm sure you can do something with it. I'm sure you'll come up with it.
Yeah, so hopefully there'll be like a whole series of these collectible stamps.
What are you going to do now that the finals are? Are you going to take a break, or are you going to find your outlet in other diplomacy endeavors?
Yeah, so I'm in my World Cup game at the moment. I don't know. I can't say too much about it because it's ongoing, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to be involved. Let's just say that.
Well, do you send doodles of the of? I mean, I know from our interview last year that you started doodling your own games, and I'm wondering at
Yeah.
the end of the game whether you send those doodles to people as part of your after action reports.
I did in this season. Like I did one. I did actually one for that game where Pez had the solo. He asked me to do a drawing for that, so I grudgingly did. Yeah. And I don't think I sent you that one actually, but that was he was Russia, and he had his hand on the lever of the gallows. I was Germany. I was eliminated first, and then he soloed on the rest of the board. Like he turned them all against me, and it was really impressive. But yeah, so the noose was around Germany's neck, and all the other powers were applauding, and yet the noose was attached to all of them in turn. So they were all going down.
Well, I feel bad. I appreciate that you let us put your artwork on the Diplomat's website. I try to collect as much as I can. So if you see things are missing that you want up, let me post it because I just think it's.
No, I'm really appreciative that you do. It's really nice to have them, all kept somewhere, rather than just like in a pile in my kitchen.
So, like I said, anything else you want to add to the site, please do. Currently, all of these drawings are under the season 5 Nexus finals. But when I figure out how to move them over to your that page over to the artwork page, we will put them there so it can all be collected under one menu item. But I felt it was appropriate to put these with the season as we were going along. So, anyways, Matt, LadyRazor, thanks again for coming on. I'm going to use the picture we used last year because that's all I have of the two of us, and I have to have a picture for the site for this. But you let me down again, but you didn't let us down with the artwork and the puns. Absolutely terrific. I know every single person in the Nexus community, and particularly the players, all were appreciative of these, and can't thank you enough.
Well, I'm just really pleased to be part of it. That's all I can say. And thank you, everyone, because everyone's always really nice to me, even though my drawings aren't nice to them.
All right, brother. You have a good, well, it's early morning now, but get a good night's sleep and have a happy new year.
All right. Yeah, you too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.